Welcome to RetroCember here on the Game or Die channel. My name is Ryan Moore, and today, since it's Christmas Day, Merry Christmas, by the way, we're playing the big one. We're playing the one that everyone knows and loves from the Nintendo 64. Pretty much everyone's like first game on the system, the big Christmas list wish game. Man, we're playing some Super Mario 64, the 3D platformer that kind of just blew the minds of everyone who played it at the time. And man, this is such an influential game to video games. This kind of, set precedence for a lot of 3D graphics in video games. This was like the big one. So we're going to play a little bit. Let's have some fun and let's have a Merry Christmas, shall we? There it is.
Mario.
It's a him. It's a Mario.
Hello.
Now, before we do this, we got to play around with one of my favorite features in any video game ever, which was this weird screen that allowed you to shape Mario's face in 3 dimensions. He's looking at that star. He's going to move around a little bit. We can grab his mouth. And he's gonna get all weirded out and turn around like, look at this, look at, we can grab his nose and hat, his ears and mouth and all of it, even his mustache. We can make his mustache a little bit weird looking. There we go. Yeah. Now let's drop his hat down just a little bit so that his eyes clip through. Like, what a weird thing. Nintendo would never allow this nowadays, but back then we could do this weird stuff in video games because Nintendo was really fun back in the day, right? They wouldn't allow a hero model to be manipulated like that. So anyways, I love it. So we are going to just start a new game here. We're going to start from fresh. We're going to watch the intro with Princess Toadstool.
Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
And this is where we got her name, Peach. And I always never really liked that. I thought that was weird that she signed it Princess Toadstool and then also Peach. And that's where her name came from, and everyone started calling her Peach from now on. And I always thought that was weird because growing up in the original Mario Brothers canon, it was just Princess Toadstool, and she was a brunette too, right? She had brown hair. But once they did this, she went to blonde hair. They called her Peach. It was just weird. All right, so we start off. Ciao! You've reached Princess Toadstool's castle via Warpipe. Using the controller is a piece of cake. Press A to jump and B to attack. Press B to read signs too. Use the control stick in the center of the controller to move Mario around. Now, head to the castle. All right, so this was pretty much everyone's first experience playing around in 3 dimensions in a video game. And man, the way Mario moves feels so good. Yes, it's a lot of muscle memory, but it also is just a good control scheme. You got the single, double, and then triple jump. You got the long jump. You got the side, flips and things like that too. You even got a crawl and one of my favorites, and I don't know why they don't use this more often, the breakdancing move. I always thought that was awesome. And then also being able to latch onto trees, slide down, climb up, and then even do a handstand and then flip off like that. How crazy, crazy cool. And then we got Lakitu acting as the cameraman. I love that. Good afternoon, the Lakitu brothers here, reporting live from just outside the princess's castle. Mario has just arrived on the scene and will be filming the action live as he enters the castle and pursues the missing Power Stars. As seasoned cameramen, we'll be shooting it from the recommended angle, but you can change the camera angle by pressing the C buttons. If we can't adjust the view any further, we'll buzz. To take a look at the surroundings, stop and press the C up button. Press A to resume play. Switch camera modes with the R button. Signs are along the way, which we will review these instructions. For now, reporting live, this has been the Lakitu Brothers. So fun. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we are going to kind of get into the game. We're just going to go through and we're going to have some fun today. Welcome. No one's home. Now scram and don't come back. We got... This was always weirded out to me. Like, I was weirded out by Toad appearing as, like, a ghost right there. Like, he's transparent, right? You get closer to him, and he says, hey, hey. There we go. I'm glad to see you, the princess and I, and, well, everyone. We're all trapped inside the castle walls. Bowser has stolen the castle's stars, and he's using their power to create his own worlds and paintings and walls. Please recover the power stars. As you find them, you can use their power to open the doors that Bowser has sealed. There are 4 rooms on the first floor. Start in one of them with a Bob-omb inside. It's the only room that Bowser hasn't sealed. When you collect 8 power stars, you'll be able to open the door with a big star. The princess must be inside. I don't know why Toad sounds like that, but that's the voice we're going with today. Or at least for right this second. I might change it up. Who knows? So, I remember this whole hub world was just so cool back in the day when this game first came out. And then I was always weirded out. I was like, man, what am I supposed to do here? And then I went, oh, it kind of ripples. It has that rippling effect. So you would jump into the painting to go into the actual world. But if you want to be super cool, you backflip into the painting, right? All right, big Bob-omb on the summit.
Let's go.
Wow, you're smack dab in the middle of the battlefield. You'll find the power stars that Bowser stole inside the painting worlds. First, talk to Bob-omb Buddy. Press B to talk, and he'll certainly help you out. And so will his comrades in other areas. To read signs, stop, face them, and press B. Press A or B to scroll ahead. You can talk to some other characters by facing them and pressing B. So this was super crazy when this game came out and you were able to talk to characters and, oh man, watch out. If you wander around here, you're liable to get plastered by a water bomb. Those enemy Bob-ombs love to fight and they're always finding ways to attack. This meadow has become a battlefield ever since the big Bob-omb got his paws on the power star. Can you recover the star for us? Cross the bridge and go left up the path to find the big Bob-omb. Please come back and see me after you've retrieved the power star. All right, so we are just gonna head off and hit our first enemy. Bam! Okay, so let's kind of get into what this game is all about. If you've never played Mario 64, which pretty much everyone has at this point, but if you haven't, this is such a good game because it took a lot of the elements that we loved about Mario, converted them into 3D, but then also changed some stuff. Now, when you get hit by an enemy, you don't power down and become a smaller version of Mario and then get mushrooms to have a better effect. You have a life meter, and that life meter, like watch, I get hit and I have that power life meter, and the only way to rejuvenate is by getting coins. So instead of getting coins to just have as, you know, points, basically, and getting 100 will get on 1-up, which still happens, you use those coins to power yourself up and have life. It's a life meter, basically. It's like hearts in a different video game. And then we got the physics with this board, this kind of seesaw-looking piece of wood here. It's just really, really crazy to think about. And I could play this and fly through, oh my gosh, fly through this world very, very quickly and easily. But I love thinking about how I played this as a kid. When I first got this game, and I got my hands on the controller for the first time, like, we didn't know what to do, right? It was a brand new experience. At this point, we've all played hundreds or thousands of 3D platformers and other video games in 3 dimensions. This was like the first big one, and it was such a huge game changer for video games. Like, if you weren't alive at the time when this game came out, like, you kind of don't understand how big of a paradigm shift this was for video games. And something as simple as just climbing up this really small world here. Here, just take a look at this. I accidentally went down here. Let's go grab some power. And this heart only appears a few times in the game, but if you kind of run across it, you'll, get a new heart. And again, they're just teaching you the mechanics and how the world actually works. So, before we climb up, we should be able to kind of look down, and we can kind of see the starting area over there. It's not a big world, like right over there at the top of the screen. That's where we first started. You just kind of go around this little circular spiral mountain. That's it. That's the entire first world of the game. And there's what, 6 to 8 power, I think it's 8 power stars in each world. Like, it's not big, but back in the day when this first came out, oh dude, this was huge. This was mind-blowing. All right. What does he want?
I am the Big Bob-omb, Lord of all blasting matter, King of kabooms, world over. How dare you scale my mountain? By what right do you set foot on my imperial mountaintop? You may have eluded my guards, but you'll never escape my grasp. And you'll never take away my power star. I hereby challenge you, Mario. If you want the star I hold, you must prove yourself in battle. Can you pick me up from back and hurl me through this royal turf? I think you cannot.
All right, so we got our first little boss fight here. He moves around slow, and it's just teaching you the mechanics. So basically, you just pick him up and you give him a toss. You got to do that 3 times, and then you win. Like with almost all Nintendo bosses, you've got that 3-peat pattern. Which, honestly, I feel like they kind of need to get rid of. They need to subvert expectations with some of this stuff. And stop doing the whole, like, formulaic boss fights and stuff. Nintendo's kind of infamous for that. All right. Got one, and then now, like, you're trying to get around and he's not doing anything, so we're waiting for him to kind of turn. There we go. Ah! I was never great at this just because I was always a little bit faster, and I would try and grab and then get him, and I would slide.
What? Can it be that Pipsqueak like you has defused the Bob-omb King? You might be fast enough to ground me, but you'll have to pick up the pace if you want to take King Bowser by the tail. Methinks my troops could learn a lesson from you. Here's your star as I promised, Mario. If you want to see me again, select this star from the menu. For now, farewell.
I love how he blows up in umps. So now we have completed the objective for this star and can grab it, and then we get kicked out to the hub world again. And takes off his hat, scratches it. Kind of really, really cool, man. I loved that. You've recovered one of the stolen power stars. Now you can open some of the sealed doors in the castle. Try the princess's room on the 2nd floor, and the room with the painting of Whomp's fortress on floor 1. Bowser's troops are still gaining power, so you can't give up. Save us, Mario. Keep searching for stars. So we're going to jump back in. We're going to do one more in this world. And again, this is what was really cool and just crazy about this game is the worlds that you choose, you can go in certain orders, kind of pick and choose once you start unlocking some stuff. And then you get to pick and choose what objectives you want. So this whole menu system right here is saying, hey, you can use the big bob-omb on the summit and do the level that we just did and, you know, have that boss battle. Or you can go here and foot race with Koopa the Quick. And this will kind of change the configuration of the level so that you have, you know, one where you have to go up the mountain and King Bob-omb will be there. But if we do this foot race with Koopa the Quick, and we go up that spiral mountain portion, King Bob-omb will not be there because it's a completely new configuration of the world set. And I love that. And then also they tell you a high score of the coins that you got in, and there's hidden objectives and all that. And it does kind of tell you kind of what your objective is going to be. So if you're not sure what to do, you can kind of surmise, oh, that's what I got to do. I have this foot race with Koopa the Quick, or, oh, I got to fight Big Bob-omb on the summit of that mountain as you go through this game. And it was just super interesting and cool. All right. So now we got to go talk to this guy. He said, after you defeat King Bob-omb, talk to me. Thank you, Mario. The Big Bob-omb is nothing but a big dud now. But that battle for the castle has just begun. Other enemies are holding their other power stars. If you recover more stars, you can open doors that lead to new worlds. My Bob-omb buddies are waiting for you. Be sure to talk to them, and they'll set you up. So let's talk to this guy. We're peace-loving Bob-ombs, so we don't use cannons. But if you'd like to blast off, we don't mind. Help yourself. We'll prepare all the cannons of the course for you to use. Bon voyage! Ready for blast off? Come on, hop into the cannon. You can reach the star on the floating island by using the 4 cannons. Use the control stick to aim and press A to fire. If you're handy, you can grab onto the trees or poles to land. So what was really cool too is once you got into these cannons, once you kind of unlock them, you shoot yourself across the world. And this was so much fun. And it also does take a lot of finesse. If we wanted to get to that floating island, we have to aim and arc ourselves up and over. We cannot just go, oh, I want to get right there, because the physics that are applied here do kind of follow that arcing of air and gravity. So you have to shoot up at a 45-degree angle. You'll hit a peak and then start traveling downward. So if we wanted to go high, we got to get up there. And then you don't want to go too high so that you don't land on the island, you go past it. So it's kind of a little bit of a learning curve. So if we wanted to, see, didn't get it. Way too low. Okay. Let's go to Koopa the Quick really quick. So this guy.
Hey, Mario. Is it true that you beat the Big Bob-omb? Cool. You must be strong and pretty fast. So how fast are you anyway? Fast enough to beat me, Koopa the Quick? I don't think so. Just try me. How about a race to the big mountaintop where the Big Bob-omb was? What do you say? When I say go, let the race begin. Ready? Go!
So now we got a race. And we gotta get our camera going. There we go. You can see I kind of know what I'm doing here. I haven't played this for a few years. I did back in, I think it was 2020. I did a full 120 star run, which is the 100%ing of the game. And you saw that at the beginning of the main menu when you pick the file. I have 120 stars on this because I did that. And that was the first time I ever beat this game 100%, all 120 stars. I've beaten this game a few times over the years, but I didn't actually own this game when the 64 first came out, because I got the Nintendo 64 in 1997. This came out in 96, so it took me a full year to get this, and I didn't get until Christmas of 1997. So look at that. We won. Celebrate. and we now have to wait for him. So as we're waiting for him, I didn't have this game originally. I always played it at my friend's house. They all had it. I never did. My first game for the Nintendo 64 was GoldenEye 007 on Christmas Day. And man, it was just so much fun. Puff, whoa, you really are fast. A human blur. Here you go. You've won it fair and square. All right. There we go. Another power star done and out of the way. Foot race with Koopa the Quick. Save and continue. And that's pretty much it, man. Super Mario 64 is such an incredible game. I really think honestly, it is one of the best games on the system. So influential, so crazy when it came out on the scene that like it set a precedent for all other 3D platformers. And you still see that today. Even Nintendo still takes cues from this game with the latest, which was, well, what, 7, 8, almost 8 years ago, Mario Odyssey. They do that kind of world building where you're in a world or like an actual world or planet, right? And you've got the different objectives, but they're all moon-based and stuff like that. But you can see there are interesting mechanics that kind of have kept up over the years, starting from this game. And like I said, it is just one of the classics of the Nintendo 64. So for Christmas Day, I kind of wanted to play around with some stuff. Now, if you're going, wait, aren't you supposed to be doing a video every day and all this stuff? And the numbers aren't lining up with the day of the game, and you're saying it's Christmas. Well, today that I'm recording it is Christmas, and it's been kind of a weird one this year because I got sick in the beginning of December, so I just unfortunately didn't have time to start RetroCember on December 1st this year like I normally do. But I'm still keeping up with tradition. I'm still releasing a brand new video every day of the month of December. And I'm also giving away a bunch of stuff. Check the comments down below. If you leave a comment, I'll give you a free game. I might even drop a free game in the comments as well. Give a thumbs up or like or whatever. Subscribe to the channel. I kind of just don't really deal with that stuff. I just want to make fun videos. If you like the stuff that I'm doing, awesome. You know, I really hope that you do. If you want to join the Discord and continue on having really fun conversations about video games, that's what the Discord is there for. It also has live streams of all the live streams I do, normally at 11 p.m. Central Time on Twitch and YouTube. I archive all those, and they're in streaming form 24/7 in the Discord. Both the actual gaming streams like I'm kind of doing right now, but also the podcast. And man, in just a few days, a little under a week, we're going to have the Game of the Year podcast. Every year I do a Game of the Year podcast. I've been doing it live for the last several years, and oh my gosh, it's so fun. It's like a 4-hour long stream too, because I recap every game that I played through and beat on stream, and then also my top 10 list at the end of the podcast too. So it's going to be a fun one. I hope you join it. Join the Discord if you want free games. Leave some comments. Check the comments down in the video description as well for some free games, because it's Christmas. So for me here at the Game or Die channel, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful and merry rest of your Christmas. Take care. God bless. And like I said, Merry Christmas! Ho, 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 ho!